Hello everyone and welcome back to another FanHome Star Trek official Starships collection review. I have before me, I think it's issue number 5 because 6 was the Strike, 7 will be the Titan, right? So yeah, issue number 5, the SS Eleos 12? Trying to make sure my Roman numerals are correct. NAR-59019. And as you can see on the screen here, a nice box, nice appearance of the model on the face of the box. On the sides, the usual copyright information there. And I'm going to open this up really quickly and then dive into the magazine. So hang tight. All right, folks, and here is the magazine. Excuse the zoom in, zoom out thing there. And from the looks of things, there's a nice image on the cover there. Actually looks better. That would have been cool if it was on the box. And we open it up, and it tells you, as usual, how to mount the model to the stand, which doesn't really point or show you anything. It just kind of gives you a quick little diagram there. And we have a little bit of basic spec information here on the right. It is Phoenix class. That's something new. I did not know that. It is 119.7 meters long. Captain Beverly Crusher, of course, affiliated with Mariposa. I guess that was a medical group that Crusher was affiliated with. And it has impulse and warp engines. You turn the page, and yet we get another view of the ship there, this time from the underside, which is nice. Got some information in here, and interestingly enough, having just briefly read a minor part of it, apparently this was a former Starfleet ship, and Dr. Crusher got a hold of it, or got permission to use it exclusively for her medical outreach that she was doing. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see much more of it other than the first couple of episodes of Star Trek Picard Season 3. And you turn the page there, and we have unannotated views of the ship, all different angles. And here is the designing of the Eleos, which should be cool to read. I like the John Eves artwork there. Very, very cool. And we have more on that. More concept art, more about the history and the designing of this cool looking ship. Interestingly enough, it looked like they were trying to go for the whole freighter thing with a freighter pod. I'm glad they did not do that. It would not have looked as cool or even very Starfleet looking. We have some more views of the ship there. Oh man, look, that looks cool. We have old style, TOS style nacelles there. That would have been cool to see. Maybe like a earlier prototype perhaps. We got some more different concept artwork there and more text. And a larger image of the ship there as drawn by John Eves. And the final CG model here and more text. And like most of the other magazines, it just kind of ends. And yeah, pretty good magazine. Lots of useful, interesting information about the ship that we only saw for a couple of episodes and a half. And now let's get to the model itself. All right, folks, and here is the model itself. Wow, this thing is bigger than I thought. I expected it to be smaller. I don't know why I thought that. But this thing is huge. It fits in your hand like that. I mean, it's, wow, it's humongous. The detail on this looks pretty good. The font of the registry looks clear there. My NAR looks like it could be a little better, perhaps. But you can make it out, NAR-59019. You can definitely tell by the design that this was a Starfleet ship. And I like that. I like Starfleet ships should always look like Starfleet ships, no matter what era they come from. And, you know, it's one of my biggest sort of gripes about Discovery is that, well, anyway. But the underside of the ship looks good. The paint looks great. I don't know if it was actually this sort of gold kind of color. I'd have to go back and look at season 3 of Picard again, but it looks great. And the shuttle bay is right here. The little shuttlecraft kind of lands here. It looks great. You can definitely see some design lineages from like the NX-01 and Steamrunner class, Saber class, all of that. But yeah, wow. The bulk of the ship is plastic. Well, not really. This is metal. No, that's plastic. This is, it's kind of hard to tell. Wow, okay. So a big chunk of it is plastic, and I can feel the center part is more metal. The nacelles are plastic, and we do get the clear parts there, and same for the Bazaar collector, which is nice. And it's also on the end of the nacelle as well. The registry only appears on the top of the hull, so we don't get any sort of markings or anything down at the bottom, which I guess is okay. Not bad for a quote-unquote medical ship, right? So yeah, I really like this. I was looking forward to the ship. This was actually one of the ships I really wanted after seeing Star Trek Picard Season 3 along with the Titan A. And I'm glad that we finally have it, a physical, tangible model to hold and look at and to display. This thing will set you back about $60-something, $60.78 if I remember correctly. I don't know how the tariffs in this country will affect future models in the collection. And if it gets to be too much, then at some point I will probably cancel or put my subscription on hold until things sort of die down. Hopefully that does not come to pass. But yeah, these ships are cool, and this ship is cool. Nothing was damaged. It came intact. And, I couldn't be happier with it. And it's kind of weird because it almost holds like this, almost like a blaster. It's weird. And like I mentioned earlier, it's bigger than what I thought. Is it worth your money? Yes, absolutely. It makes a fine addition to your Starfleet ship collection, or to any Star Trek fans collection, especially if you liked Picard Season 3 as much as I did. It is more or less the only major saving grace of modern Star Trek, in my own opinion. So the only thing about this model that I will say that they could have done differently is the deflector. They got the little grid lines on the outside of the deflector, but the inside is just a painted light blue kind of color there. It doesn't look bad, but it would have been like a nice touch to have maybe that clear nacelle plastic piece or something in there, just as like an extra, because the little nacelle grills have the little lines on there, and it would have been nice if they just had a small little piece of plastic with that similar sort of thing. It would have been cool. But the model looks good. Everything looks lined up. The nacelles are fine. I don't see any paint. Well, yes, I do. The windows are definitely misaligned, but that problem has gone all the way back to the Eagle Moss days. So there's definitely some quality continuity here, but it's only until you really get up close and you look at it. If you're displaying it, if you're holding it, a few feet from your face and that kind of thing, you won't really notice it. So it doesn't take away from enjoying the model, really, unless you're just OCD. But yeah, and it mounts to the stand like this, based on the diagram that's on the magazine that we just looked at. And so yeah, that is the SS Eleos, the 12th, NAR-59019, seen on Star Trek Picard Season 3. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, please by all means drop me a comment down below and I'll be happy to chime in. I have no problem doing that. And this ship is definitely one that I would say for those of you who are skeptical to pick up. I don't know, the Shrike is one that I'm definitely on the fence about, and I wish I could skip it, but I'm going to end up with it anyway. But yeah, guys, please be safe out there. This world is going a little berserk right now. Take care of your families, your friends. Be nice and kind to each other. And until next time, guys, live long and prosper. May the force be with you and all of those things. And take care. Bye-bye.